Joe! What was that?
Are you dying? What's happening?
Well, okay, I just got hurt, but no, when I was last logged in, there was a dirt bridge off of the previous build.
I think I cleaned that up.
And you deleted it, and when I logged back in, it was not there anymore. I understand why you would have gotten rid of it, because there was no need for it. But there was a need for it for me to log back in. I'll read this sign.
I'm sorry. I'm sabotaging you from a distance.
From a distance in time, apparently.
No, I accidentally got rid of all my arrows. Now I have to kill a skeleton.
Yes, you do. It was unfortunate when you had to kill Joe earlier. That's why he's not here.
Yeah. Joe has been deleted from the realm.
Yeah, we don't
really
like him anymore.
Yeah.
Joe's not part of this. No, I'm just kidding. He just
never again.
He said something about like, I'm gonna go to the beach, and then like just hung up. Like he didn't even finish the conversation. He just was out.
Yeah, I think he felt that Friday a little bit harder than we did. Because we care about you guys just a little more than Joe.
The real story is, of course, that Joe is experiencing cataclysmic internet problems right now, which means
he's got several people working on the roof of his house.
And we record these from not the same location.
Yeah. We are in the Great Triangle.
We've gotten very, very good at, I think, recording pretty good audio and sound and mixing it all together in a good, coherent way without being in the same place.
And occasionally, like, one of us gets potato-itis, which you saw a couple episodes back.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, it's not. I don't like it, Tony. But
Al is like the one who's the most not okay with that stuff ever. By the way, which I understand it. Like I do.
I am super anal about sort of like what I perceive.
But video quality is Al's thing. And I'm like, people will watch.
I mean,
right?
I wish we had 1080p. Like, I wish we had a higher bitrate. I would kill to have better stuff. But these are limitations, and that's fine.
That's because we're poor and we can't afford like full-on hardcore gaming rigs yet.
You say we. I have. I'm in the floor. I have both a Elgato and a built-in card that could do the things that I would like to do.
Well, Joe and I are a little behind the times then.
Believe in me, I'm special.
Joe and I have actually been talking about possible PC upgrades. We're going to see if that's I almost shot you because you were inside.
You told me to come to you.
Well, you didn't tell me when you were coming.
What? I moved around too. Like, how did I get? Where are you now?
Am I invisible to you? Do I need to relog in?
No, well, you are invisible to me. I don't think you need to relog in. You need to Kenny log in.
Right into the
danger zone.
You know,
it's the highway to the danger zone, Tony.
I know. I was just trying not to get pulled off of YouTube. I've always gotten
that wrong in my head, and you sang it that way, and I was like, yeah. And then I thought, wait a minute. No.
Like, my singing is just too good. Like, I don't want to get us pulled from YouTube by singing correctly.
I thought I had a stack of dirt.
It was like Kenny Loggins was here.
And there's a stack of zombie.
Someone was so kind as to donate very, very many blocks of dirt to us. So we can actually do some progress today, despite Joe deciding to go to the beach.
Yeah, I saw you open I didn't see you, but the gate opened without any human interaction. This is going to be very weird. Joe's not here, and I can't see you.
Well, I'm going to fix that real quick, because I want you to be able to see me for whenever I actually like shoot you off the dirt block or something like that.
I never see those coming, Tony. They're just like, I get blindsided constantly. I shouldn't be. I should be used to your murderous ways.
It's pretty much all murder all the time here.
I thought about sending you a link, though, because I saw a trailer that I kind of wanted you to watch so that we could talk about it. I thought that would be like doing too much work on the dirt block. I didn't want to make it, I didn't want to crush the facade of spiders, facade of spiders that we have of just not trying that hard, and a burn, and a burn,
Can you imagine how much it would suck to have a facade of spiders?
That's... no, run away.
Al of the chicken foo fighting styles having troubles.
That Vern. Oh, I don't know why I went out there. I didn't have any dirt. I was just like, I gotta get some dirt. If the skeletons shoots me right now, I'm dead.
Through the night because it's all
I'm
rainy.
dead. I'm dead.
Like if it stays rainy by morning, it's just gonna be like permadeath. So what is this trailer for?
All right, run. What trailer? Oh, okay. So so you know how they have that Ghostbusters movie coming out, Tony? Well, you know how the Asylum makes similarly titled knockoffs of Hollywood movies?
Yeah, like Atlantic Rim before they got completely screwed over in a lawsuit.
Yeah. Well, they have a movie called Ghost Hunters, which ironically seems like they'll probably get screwed over by the TV show more than the actual movie. But they've released a trailer for this. Of two mockbuster trailers that released this week, by the way. The other one was the what was it called? It was a knockoff of Suicide Squad, the Sinister Squad, and that one looks awful. I mean, just like we got a warehouse and some makeup and a camera, and this is our movie here, because it's a fairy tale take on the Suicide Squad idea.
Fairy tale.
So you have like Rumpelstiltskin and the Mad Hatter and, public domain characters in the Suicide Squad type setting where they're fighting off like the evil supernatural thing. It actually doesn't. I mean, comic book characters aren't that far from fairy tale characters anyway, Tony.
I guess it's just more the idea that they're putting Rumpelstiltskin. Wow, John Jones falling from a high place. It's rare to see him die anymore.
Anyway, but the one that was decent was Ghost Hunters. Like that looks like somebody just got somebody got the contract to make that, and they said, well, all right, we'll just call it Ghost Hunters and put in a thing where there's a ghost trap, and then just make the scariest movie we can on this budget.
See, I think I would have called it Ghost Arresters.
What about Ghost Beaters?
Ghost Beaters. I mean,
like I'm trying to think of
like cops do sometimes, but.
They're on the beat. Well, I mean, cops, you can get busted by a cop. I was trying to think of a word that would be better.
Ghost crackers.
Cinnamon to... That's a different type of movie, Tony.
I mean, I could see a lot of the people in a Ghostbusters type situation, like a lot of those, like the Bigfoot hunter type people. Put those guys on there and it would be ghost crackers. Those are some crackly people.
Y'all mess with the wrong rednecks, don't y'all hear? We ain't afraid of no ghosts. They actually use that line, by the way. They have that thing the Asylum does. And some other movie studios are doing it now. It's terrible. But the like one word and then like you wait 10 seconds and they put another word up and they spell out like a half a paragraph of text that way.
Yeah.
Really annoying. And they've used the line, I ain't afraid of no ghosts, in the Ghost Hunters trailer. But it's just like, I ain't afraid.
It's like watching like a seventh grader's project. Like he knows he has to give like a 3-minute speech, so he's just like laying it out.
Like,
slow.
well, crack out that Courier New. It takes up more line space. Little tip there for you guys whose teachers have given you a page count but not a word count. Oh boy, Courier New is your friend.
There have been so many times where I've been watching a TV show or a trailer or an advertisement and I start recognizing the fonts now because I've been working with so many. I'm like, oh yeah, that's Depressionist 3. That's my favorite.
I could call out like Helvetica and Courier and maybe Arial to a certain extent. Arial Black I like to use some.
I have to use
Impact.
Helvetica because all these other are like, what is it called? It's like HELL, like Helvetica, because Helvetica apparently you have to pay for because of Apple.
Yeah, it's copyrighted. There's a lot of fonts like that.
Yeah.
Although there's a ton of free ones that are pretty good. So
Google actually has a page that's entirely free fonts. There's hundreds of really good ones that you can just use for anything.
I love I don't know why this makes me so excited, but the Windows interface now for installing fonts, where you just click on it and it's just like, would you like to install this? And I'm like, yes, I would. There's just an install button.
Yeah, it's
something
so
about that tickles
easier.
me. Where you have to like drag it into a folder and like make sure
it's decompressed properly and all this other stuff. It's like, no, we got this. Just make it quick and easy.
It's built into the operating system. Shout out to Windows. Shout out to Windows 10, by the way. I'm using that now. They told me I was running out of time for the free upgrade, and I was like, it'll probably be good to have it for security reasons.
I really wanted to go to Windows 10 this week, but it was like, you don't have a legit copy of Windows. You're screwed. And I'm like, oh, you got me there.
Yeah, I like that you're not like, well, yeah, actually, I did sort of steal this.
Well, it was legit, and then the contract ran out, and I've just been too lazy and too broke to go buy, pay $120 for the operating system.
Eventually, you'll have a computer that comes with it.
Yeah, I thought about just going and stealing a sticker off of like a laptop in the trash or something, since college students are so wasteful with their computers. They're like, oh, it didn't work. I got a virus. Now I have to buy a new one.
I love the idea of you just dumpster diving for a laptop.
Oh, believe me, I can find one within probably 2 or 3 hours.
You can go to... Now, I laugh at that, but there have been many times at my local dump where I've gone and seen, like, just stacks and stacks of computers and wondered, there's gotta be, like, some really valuable, like, still working electronic stuff in there, right?
My brother-in-law works as a trash guy, and he sees stuff all the time. He's not allowed to grab it technically, but he's picked up a few good things. Allegedly. Allegedly. Like, the best recent
I thought that was a witch. Dagnabbit. I saw the back end of a cow, and I was like, it's a witch!
A cow ass
was
and
a cow
witches.
butt.
Must have been a fat witch. But his most recent find was a 90-pound strength compound bow, because this woman was just like divorcing her husband and throwing all of his stuff out. And among all that stuff was like $120 spoon from the 1800s, like that's entirely silver. Just stuff like that.
If my husband had collected spoons, I would divorce him too, Tony. I want a real man.
But still, just to like throw that stuff away, it's like at least take it to a pawn shop.
Yeah, but he could get it back there.
That's true, but like I hate the idea
it goes
of
in the ground.
Especially especially weapons and stuff, and like cool heirlooms. That's like something from the 1800s that you could literally feed yourself with. Come on now.
My kid gets so bummed out by the idea of the dump. Like, we had a mattress that had kind of gotten old, and we had it, it was a big thing, and it was sort of a chore to take it to the dump, so we didn't take it to the dump right away, and we had it in the living room. And he would jump on it. Like, I have videos of him jumping on it in slow motion. He's like, boing, boing. He loved that. And he would jump on it and be like, do slow motion videos. And he would jump like 2 hops and then be like, run towards me, like, all right, let me see the video. Because that's how he is.
Growing up with the tech.
But eventually we did take it to the dump, and he's like, where's the mattress at? Where's the mattress? I'm like, well, he took it to the dump. And he's like, no, we didn't take it to the dump. And I was like, yeah, they buried it under the dirt. And he's like, didn't bury it, no. Like, he was so upset that, like, this mattress that he loves so much got buried.
How many, say in a 15-year-old dump, how many bodies do you think per average town do you think have been put there?
On a dump?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how you would, I've never gone to the dump and it's just been me.
Well, I'm just saying, I wouldn't. You put it in a bag with a bunch of other stuff. Nobody's going to notice.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. Not right away, anyway. Or people who work at the dump, they're not making enough money to, be like, well, I'll take this bribe for $1,000 and just ignore the fact that there's a body here.
I don't. I think, I've seen the guys who work at the dump, and they don't look like they're hurting.
That's true. Yeah, even as a trash guy, my brother-in-law makes almost double what we do.
And I generally have... there are people who you could bribe, but I generally think that most people, especially for $1,000, like if you get up there and like $10,000 or $15,000, somebody would be like, all right, whatever, I'll look the other way. But if you're talking about a body, I think people would require a little bit more than, just $1,000.
I think it would.
Not to mention, do you have just $1,000 laying around to bribe somebody with, Tony?
If I had to, I have like an emergency account.
I do not have an emergency account. I have a child.
Yeah.
And,
I'm one of those Americans that if something happened and it cost me more than $400, I would be able to handle it.
Okay. I have a credit card to handle it. But they don't take those as bribes.
My price for keeping my mouth shut on something like that, depending on if it's a child, yeah, I'm not gonna take the $200 or so that it would take.
You check it and be like, what size is this body that I'm not looking at?
If it's a woman or a child, that price is gonna go up considerably. If it's just some random dude, $300, $400.
Okay, that's maybe the worst kind of sexism that I've ever heard of. I guess it's not the worst. Just to say that about any gender, yeah, well, that gender I don't care about. They can kill them. No. Let's get into some current event stuff that I really don't want to touch on because it's
depressing,
it's sort
and
of
sad.
Super bummer right now. But
definitely some bummers happening.
Yeah. I cannot support your endorsement of how to pick which people to let bribe you. Tony's opinions do not reflect those of the Human Echoes podcast.
Well, I'm saying that it would just cost more. Like, I would actually care more.
Oh, so you would turn a blind eye for any of those? We're talking about a significantly
more for me to turn a blind eye if it was a kid or a woman.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just putting it out there.
Wow, skeletal horses, skeletons. Oh my gosh. There's a Vern with oh no, I'm gonna die. There's no way I'm not gonna die. I died. Tony, I died.
That'll be $200 to hide the corpse.
I'm dead. There's skeletal horses all over the place over there. There's no way I'm getting back my dirt.
I'm glad I turned because
so many skeletal horses.
Mr. Zombie coming my way, Mr. Creeper, Mr. Bose, skeletons.
Mr. Bose of the Bose headphone company?
I always forget that those are named after people sometimes. Like the brand is just so associated with it.
Well, Bose is one thing. It's sometimes they're not, you know.
Yeah, it's not like there was a Mr. Pioneer for headphones or whatever.
Yes, that's correct. Oh, good. The stuff went away. The rain that falls from the sky.
Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a Mr. Pioneer now that I think about it. It could happen. It's not the most implausible last name I've ever heard.
What is the most implausible last name you've ever heard?
Recently it would be Dick Pound, who was a big part of the whole Brexit thing.
Okay.
And that's more of just a normal name, because Pound in itself, like Mr. Pound, just sounds like a little bit weird. It's not that implausible. I'm trying to think of other ones. My nickname, or my last name is kind of strange, but it makes sense whenever you look at the root words, like we were in charge of the Southern Cottage, like of Devonshire back in the day.
Oh, the skeletons are still here, and I'm gonna still die! No! Can I get on this horse? Oh, okay, I can get on him, but I can't do anything. Well, that is great.
I'm wondering what's going on here. Like, the Jeb was successful. I don't know what that means.
What is the Jeb?
I don't know.
There's a Vern hanging out. Everybody's got armor. Oh, they're fighting each other. Get him, Vern! Get him! No!
The only Jeb I know of
Spider,
right now
I did not get you. Why are you attacking me? I was nice. It's the sun. Dag nabbit. I thought we had light, but we don't.
That was a fast day.
I think it was raining all day.
It was a fast day because of the raining, yeah.
Oh, dang gum! It's so bad over there.
Do you have a shield?
No, I don't.
You need a shield.
I don't. Is there one in a chest, or how do I make one? I forget.
I can't recall.
Okay.
Well, I know it's wood blocks and a piece of iron, but it might be pieces of iron and a wood block. But I think you make kind of a weird V pattern, like
a weird V pattern.
Yes.
Okay. I'll maybe think about doing that.
You could be like, "Okay, Google."
I could. My kid loves that now.
I wonder how many phones just actually went off.
My kid loves doing okay. He's like, "Daddy, do okay, Google. Do okay, Google. Hot Wheels takedown playset. Okay." And I'm like, "You do it." But he doesn't speak quite clearly enough, so I have to do it. I have been teaching him to do voice search.
Whenever like the AIs start to recognize like kids' voices and everything.
He's okay. Like it will get him. It will do some stuff for him, but not. So how do I train one of these skeletal horses?
You need to get a saddle, and you basically need to keep. You put the saddle on, and you keep left clicking on it until it loves you. Like, it'll try to buck you off, and you'll probably fall 4 or 5 times. Doesn't hurt. But if you have a saddle, you can train it to be your friend.
So just getting on the back will not do anything for me?
Yeah, you have to have a saddle to break them.
Okay. Because he let me get on his back, and then I sat there for 2 seconds, and I was like, well, I'm still getting shot.
I think those ones are... Some of those are actually already broken, and they just need a saddle, depending on where you're at.
Okay. What about a bit? Don't they need a bit, or is that a different thing?
It's all-inclusive.
Is it really? There's leads, though. So. That's a separate thing.
Yeah, I've got some leads on me, so I can lead this sheep away whenever he gets in my way.
You can lead a horse to water, but a pencil must be lead.
A I felt.
Yeah, that's not funny though, joke. Tony, Dagnabbit, whatever your name is.
Joe is not here.
I said joke, but I think that I was going for a combination of the two. All right, I'm on the dirt block, Tony.
Do you see me still?
Yeah, I do.
Like, am I? Okay.
Also,
okay.
you're fighting a zombie. Watch out for that zombie.
Zombie.
In the year, zombie fight.
I don't know what that is a reference to at all.
It's the reference to the song in the year 2525.
I have not heard that.
You've never heard the song? That song?
Is it in the Hamilton musical?
No, it's not. It's like a legit pop song. It's one of my few pop references that I know.
I have never heard of it.
Okay. In the year 3535, if mankind is
die,
still
skeleton.
alive,
Okay.
you will find.
I haven't actually dug any dirt on this episode. I've just been laying the free box dirt.
Yeah, I'm letting you cheat because Joe's not here. He'll never find out. He'll never watch this episode, Tony.
He might actually.
This is gonna be easy to
He
edit.
actually
Only
likes
have two
watching-
cams.
I know. He actually he watches more of our content than anyone else, I think. At least
of
between
anybody
you and
else.
Yeah, of you and
us.
I. He goes back and watches it.
He enjoys listening to us, Tony. We hate ourselves. He keeps telling us that we're okay, and we're like, nah, I'm pretty sure that's not true. Pretty sure that's a lie.
There are times where I'm like, wow, we do all right sometimes. And then there are times where I'm like, oh, this is baffling. What is going on? Why don't we have 10,000 subscribers?
Well, we are about to hit 600. Hopefully by
the time this comes out, we'll probably be over that mark.
That's a lot.
I don't want to jinx it or
steak.
anything, but there's a good chance. Delicious.
Hi, doggy.
Delicious steak. If you get that skeletal horse and you have a name tag, what are you going to name it?
Boner.
And it'd be so sad because the
boner away.
It's a horse that could never have a boner because I'm pretty sure they don't have a penile bone, like some animals.
Okay, see that's worth googling. All right, hold on.
Do horses have a penile bone? I can't remember what that's called. What is that bone called?
I don't know. Do horses have a penis bone?
I'm pretty sure they don't. Otherwise, it would always be just flopping out there.
The only mammal species without baculum are the humans, horses, donkeys, rhinoceros, marsupials, rabbits, cetaceans, elephants, and hyenas.
So they are one of like 10 mammals that don't have them. How great
What
is
is that
that?
called? A baculum?
Yep.
So if you take anything away from this video, it's that a penis bone is called a baculum.
There's a great baculum in Tusk.
Yeah. I always wanted like a whale baculum just for my wall.
Great example of showing that character being a douchebag.
Yes, unlikable douchebag gets turned into walrus. And now we've got Bratzies coming.
Yeah, I'm less excited about that one, Tony.
Yeah.
Possibly because of my misogynistic ways. That I don't want to see the one about the girls. But possibly because
Or it could be
doesn't
that it's
look as
remaking
good.
like Tusk with Clerks with his daughter and her friend.
I'm more okay with that, actually. Than
But it has like 3 instances where they just break out into song.
that's your hang-up?
No, I'm saying that's why you'll like it.
Oh. Does it for real have song stuff?
Yeah, like there's 3 instances where they like go music video with it. I was listening
That
to Kevin
sounds
Smith
awesome.
talk about it. So there might be a Bratzy musical number.
Have we talked about the My Fantasy remake of The Princess Bride?
I don't think so.
I have this image in my head that if I was ever get to remake The Princess Bride, which I know everybody's like, you can't remake, it's untouchable, whatever. But I would totally go to Bollywood and get them, get some Bollywood directors, because those guys understand how to do fantasy. And I would change up some of the races as well. I think that would be neat to see less white people in there.
How activist of you.
I don't know. I just think it would be different.
I would just say go full Bollywood with it, like every part. I'm sure they could find a guy that's like Fezzik out there. They've got 1 billion people.
Well, I would like to see the Spaniard be a black dude. Like a younger version of what's his face? Who's playing Roland in the Dark Tower now?
Idris Elba.
Idris Elba. Yeah, I know who Idris Elba is. I just sometimes when you're in the moment, you blank on a name. Lena Dunham, we blanked on in the podcast, and I got like a tweet from Geek Girl Co. She's like, "You should know who Lena Dunham is." I know I should know. I just didn't. But anyway, I think there's some cool stuff you could do with that kind of thing.
I was kind of surprised. Usually my dad gets a little bit mad whenever they turn like a white character black. And like Roland is one of his favorite characters of all time. And I was like, I don't know what you're going to think about this. And I showed him like the first pictures and he's like, man, if they had picked anyone other than Idris Elba, I would probably be mad.
He looks great in that coat, doesn't he?
Yeah, he looks awesome. He's going to be like, it's going to be really good. Or
I don't know if the movie, I am not convinced the movie's going to be good. The details I've heard about the things they're changing sounds like they're not being even really a little bit faithful to the book. So
we'll see where it goes. But it's a little bit weird seeing what they've done to McConaughey for Randall Flagg.
He looks kind of foppish, doesn't he?
A little bit, but like Flagg is, there's so many different iterations of him that it kind of makes sense.
He looks like a guy who you could be scared of, but he's still kind of a little bit. I'm trying to think of the right word. I did that thing where I spin around accidentally, Tony. This is the direction I want to be facing. He looks kind of sleazy in that picture. Not like just pure evil, but just sort of like slimy.
Yeah, he looks like he'd be a lighter version of Rust Cole.
Maybe Rust Cole, I think, is a very different kind of character than that. At least just from the outfit. I mean,
the thing is, like, Flagg will go into moments where he kind of becomes that really dark, messed up character, and then he'll be like the super charismatic, funny guy for a while.
I think Rust Cole isn't. I mean, Rust Cole is messed up only in that he's like the ultimate cynic.
Yeah.
Randall Flagg isn't a cynic. He's just. I mean, from what I understand, he's not trying to see the evil in people. He just wants to bring it out.
Yeah.
I think Rust Cole would
people like he definitely brings that out. For those of you who haven't read The Stand or read the Dark Tower series, it's very fun. The Stand is more important to read than the Dark Tower, just because there are some endings there's some issues with the entire third act of the Dark Tower. Like by the time books 6 and 7 get there, like I really thought about rereading it, but I don't think I'm going to unless there's some major change that happen, because he's talked about rewriting them. He kind of forced those out because he thought he was going to die before he could finish them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Why?
It was after that accident that nearly killed Stephen King.
Yeah.
And so he was like, all right, we're going to do this. We're going to finish this.
I think Stephen King, despite his propensity for going longer, actually, like, in my opinion, does better when he does a shorter book. Like, From a Buick 8 is underappreciated, in my opinion. It's just kind of a weird sort of log of things that are going on with that car, but I really like that book, and it's not very long. You know, you just kind of get into it, and
well, a lot of his original hits were shorter, and a lot of the movies that have been made, like the better movies, have come from his short stories.
Exactly, because you can adapt that stuff.
Yeah, like Shawshank Redemption. Focused. A lot of people don't even think that is Stephen King because it's so different from what he usually writes. But from like,
and a lot of his short stories, by the way, are basically the length of everybody else's novels. Like he has novellas, quote unquote, that are 60,000 words long. That's, I mean, you can call it whatever you want to. You're Stephen King, but you could package that as just its own book.
Yeah, like a lot. Like he had something come out a few years ago that was just. It was like 4 different stories. So like he had basically 4 novellas in one book.
Well, there was different seasons. I know that was one. I think Full Dark No Stars was also 4 novellas. Full Dark No Stars is
the one I'm talking about.
Different seasons had 4 based on the 4 different seasons, obviously. Full Dark No Stars, I'm trying to remember what was in that. I have that book on my shelf right now. I'm looking at it. But I cannot for the life of me recall.
It's one of those where I didn't end up reading that one because it sounded like it was literally 4 books about rape, and I was just like, I don't need this in my consciousness right now.
What, Full Dark No Stars?
Yeah.
There was the one book, Big Driver was in that, right?
Yeah.
That was mostly about rape, but I think, was that the one with the guy who wished for bad things to happen to his neighbor?
I can't remember. I didn't read.
No, that was... Something else.
What I really wish we could get more of, and we're starting to see a little bit of it with like VHS and stuff, is I really love those old Creepshow movies that were just like anthologies of horror stories, because a lot of times a horror story stretched out over 90 minutes. That becomes why a lot of those horror movies just aren't very good. Like, if you could tell that same story in 30 minutes, you could probably do better, make it scarier, make it have a bigger impact. So, like, you're starting to see VHS. Those ones, there were some problems. There were some cool stories in there, and there were some bad ones, but there's also some other ones coming out on Netflix right now where it's more Twilight Zone-ish.
Did you see the Southbound?
I have not
which
yet.
is available on Amazon Prime. I tried to watch that because I heard a lot of people talk about how positive that maybe that's a really strong collection, but I could not get through the first one. Like I was like, this is just, you guys, there's no story here. You're just running around away from these things and having stuff happen and sort of like alluding to things, but nothing's happening.
Yeah.
Make something happen.
I just miss like having a really good show. Like, maybe I was young, so I remember it better than it was, but The Outer Limits and things like that was so good.
Oh, no, I'm not knocking... Well, I didn't see The Outer Limits, but I definitely saw Twilight Zone, and those are amazing.
Yeah.
Like,
it's some of the only like TV from the 50s that you can still go and watch without it feeling just really, really bad. And there are some bad episodes, but there's also a lot of really poignant, interesting stuff there.
I would like to see more of that. I mean, we had Black Mirror, which I know everybody loved. I didn't watch
I watched
more than
two of them.
I watched 2 as well.
Like, it didn't grab me in the same way.
I felt like I got the point after 2. I was like, oh yeah, okay, modern technology's dumb. I get it. I understand what you're saying now. It affects our lives in new and intricate ways, and
the thing is,
how
like,
horrifying.
It was very well shot. There wasn't a problem with the actors. Like, I'm not sure what didn't grab me about it. Maybe it's just because I'm not cynical in that way towards technology.
Yeah, the first one was really good. The first one where they had the prime minister have to have sex with the pig.
And then getting mirrored by David Cameron, supposedly, allegedly.
That's... he's not prime minister anymore, so...
That's true.
It's okay.
It's kind of funny if he resigns and they decide to not do the Brexit thing.
Is it funny, Tony, or is it just, like, more tragedy?
It depends on what you think of David Cameron.
Okay. I just think there's a lot of crap going on in the world. I mean, a lot of crap.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying not to be like how it feels like Summer 68 type stuff happening, but there's a lot of weird stuff going on right now.
I would ask about the Summer of 68, Tony. However, we've run out of time.
All right. Well, Joe will be back for the next Dirt Block, most likely, unless the beach decides to eat him. Thank you guys.
Sand sharks. It's a real movie. Check it out.
Thank you guys for watching. Hit like, hit subscribe, share it with your friends, and we will see you on the next Dirt Block.
And by the way, if you're already watching the Dirt Block and you're not subscribed to our bonus podcast, you can become a member at humanechoes.com. We have lots more of these types of sort of freeform conversations. It's a lot of fun. We're just not playing Minecraft for that. Yeah. So we're not distracted by people shooting at us like skeletons.
We aren't screeching as things destroy us and break everything that we love.
Bonus podcast!
We've got some samples of that on YouTube as well if you go back. I'm sure we'll be releasing another sample here before too long. But anyway, whoa, I found something new. We might not... I found a button that says, for assisted suicide, press button and count to 10.
Well, you're welcome to push that to end the Dirt Block, Tony.
You're the one without gear right now.
I've got all this dirt. I've got armor and a bow. And a different bow?
Oh, I don't have much gear.
I have like 80 steak. I can't push it. I would lose all that steak.
Alright, it says count to 10, so I'm guessing it's going to take a second. I'm going to hit it, and I'm going to run.
Where you at? I want to watch.
Slenderman is pressing the button. Here, you can have my shield, too. You can actually keep this.
Did you push the button?
Not yet.
Okay.
Alright, here we go.
How big is the explosion going to be?
I don't know. All right.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, you're just gonna stand there?
4, 5.
What?
6,
Something happened.
7.
You turned red.
8,
you turned red.
9, 10. All right. Oh.
You got hit by something.
I don't know what happened. I don't know if it's why. Oh, I see what was supposed to happen. Whoever set this up did not remember that dynamite falls down and probably fell right into lava.
What does the sign say?
It says curiosity. What a drag, huh? That would have been really funny if somebody had remembered that. So, nice try. I appreciate it.
But it wasn't really funny. In fact, it was super anticlimactic.
Yes.
We waited for that, Tony.
Well, we might end the episode before that. Who knows? The power of editing. Have a good one, guys.
Bye.